The process is very suspicious. Mr. Speaker, this is a house of records. And Mr. Speaker, the chairman has read a statement which lies that public participation was done. And the reason why I raise this matter is because members of the public came to me complaining that there is a project being done without their knowledge. I also want to know why only 5 million was dispersed out of a budget of 20 million.
A response from the Cabinet Secretary of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation in regard to a question of the Honorable Mwingi on utilization of funds allocated for the sinking of 2 boreholes in Mwingi Central constituency. Honorable Speaker, I refer to your letter dated 6th of November 2024, and water has remained a critical need for Mwingi Central, just like any other water deficient constituency in Kenya, in arid and semi-arid belt. The different natural resource, endowment and economic opportunities in the dry lands and the rising population amid the constituencies have different priorities when determining where and how to fix our water challenges. Mwingi Central preliminary depends on Kiambere Dam, water supply, boreholes, shallow wells, water pans, and small heart dams, which are not sufficient to meet increasing demand for the commodities in the area. This against this background that the Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation through the Tanathi Water Works Development Agency has drilled Kavoko Primary School and Kalesi Primary School's boreholes and currently awaiting the second phase of disbursement for the equipping of the 2 boreholes. Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Dr. Gideon Mulungi, the Member of Parliament for Mwingi Central constituency, requested for a statement from the Departmental Committee of Blue Economy, Water and Irrigation regarding the utilization of funds, allocation of sinking of 2 boreholes in Mwingi Central constituency. And in the statement, the Member of Parliament sought the clarification of the following issues. 1, why the implementation of the project was started without the public participation of the local stakeholders, residents who had in the first place requested for the project. Number 2, why construction of the boreholes was halted before the completion despite the full funding having been allocated by the Parliament and released for the purpose by the National Treasury. And number 3, when and how the boreholes were procured, the details of the contractors awarded tenders, the contract sums, and the scope of the contract. And number 4, when will the exercise be completed and whether this could be expedited to alleviate the challenges of accessing water in the area residents. Mr. Speaker, I wish to submit as follows. The response requested for the statement by Honorable Mulungi, why the implementation of the projects was started without the public participation of the local stakeholders and area residents who are the first place requested the project. Honorable Speaker, the 2 boreholes sites were identified by the local leaders who indicated that 2 are very needy institutions in the communities. The Dana Water Works Development Agency, on behalf of the Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation, had carried out an initial public participation for the drilling of the boreholes during the hydrological survey investigation. Kalesi public participation was conducted on 23rd August 2024 before drilling commences on 26th August 2024. And Kavoko borehole initial public participation was held on 29th August 2024 before the drilling commenced on 1st September 2024. Further, the Danahati Water Works Development agency did a public participation in consultation for the equipping of Kavoko and Kalesi boreholes on 14 October 2024 and 3 October 2024 respectively. The agency has planned to carry out 2 more public participation forums once the final tranche of the funds are released for equipping of the boreholes. Question number 2, why the construction of the 2 boreholes were halted before the completion despite the full funding from the Treasury. The Honorable Speaker, it is true that the Kavoko and the Kalesi boreholes have been allocated 10 million each, totaling to 20 million. But to date, the funds released by the National Treasury to Tanatu Water Works Development Agency through the State Department of Water and Sanitation is 2.5 million each, per borehole, making it 5 million. Although the funds were not enough to drill the 2 boreholes, alone without the equipping, the agents proactively have already drilled the 2 boreholes with additional funding from savings realized from other projects within the program. Currently, the agents have started the technical designs for equipping and pipeline extension, after which the process of procuring the contractors to equip the 2 boreholes will commence immediately the funds are dispersed. Once the contractors are been procured, the agents will kickstart the further public participation before equipping the boreholes. On question number 3, Honorable Speaker, the drilling contracts for the Kavoko primary school boreholes was awarded to Rachan Limited BO Box 985 KITUI on 25th July 2024, and drilling commenced on 1st September 2024, completed on 5th September 2024, at a contract sum of 3,550,596. The borehole yields about 15 cubic meters of water per hour. The drilling of contract for Kalesi Primary School was awarded to Retoki Limited of Biobox 385 Kitui on 25th July 2024. The drilling commenced on 26 August 2024 and completed on 31st August 2024. The contract sum of the contract sum is 3,883,174. The borehole yields about 3.5 cubic meters of water per hour. The scope of works for each contract involves the drilling, the casing, the gravel packing, the flushing development, and the 24-hour pumping of the 2 boreholes.
Yes,
Mr. Speaker, the process of procurement of the 2 boreholes was through restricted tendering method, which involves the issuing of bids to registered pre-qualified contractors in our database. The last one, Mr. Speaker, the last question, the technical designs for equipping and laying of pipes, construction of water kiosks, and installation of water tanks in Kavoko Primary School borehole and Kalesi Primary School boreholes are ongoing, and the procurement process for equipping will commence immediately. The remaining funds amounting to 15 million are dispersed and the technical designs are completed. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I'm not satisfied with that answer, because the chairman has been given wrong information by the agency. The information he has read is not factual, and that is why I raised this issue. The process is very suspicious. Mr. Speaker, this is a house of records. And Mr. Speaker, the chairman has read a statement which lies that public participation was done. And the reason why I raised this matter is because members of the public came to me complaining that there is a project being done without their knowledge. And it is only after that that public participation was done, after the drilling was completed. Mr. Speaker, if if the chairman is convinced that public participation was done before drilling of the boreholes, let him provide a list of the attendees, signed list of the attendees who participated in the public participation. Mr. Speaker, I also want to know why only 5 million was dispersed out of a budget of 20 million, considering this was a public participation budget, which is never touched. Mr. Speaker, on issue number 3, I also want to know why only contractors from very far were shortlisted to tender, sidelining local contractors who had capacity to do that work.
Thank you.
And finally, Mr. Speaker,
you are supposed to seek clarification. You are now debating.
Mr. Speaker, I also want to know when the balance of 15 million will be dispersed, considering the financial year has ended.